Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu Merfolk Master, and this week we're back to Mono Blue. The Merfolk community is split. Simic and Mono Blue, we're back to Mono Blue, playtesting none other than Master of Waves. I want to see how Master of Waves can do in today's modern metagame. John just won like a big tournament recently, so maybe it's time for the Master to come back. If you like to see how Merfolk adapts and evolve in a competitive metagame, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our deck tech, we're going to thank our sponsors, starting with themanabase.com. And Jason Paturika has a mystery booster box giveaway. If you want to be eligible for that giveaway, go check out his article on how to do it on themanabase.com. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering, and the MTG Mastermind, the coaching program and community to help you connect with much better players to take your game to a new level. Become a winning player by getting feedback from those who top 8 GPs and go to the Players Tour. Go learn from them at the MTG Mastermind. And I've got a new patron supporting me on Patreon. Thank you all so much for your loving support, loving this channel. Oh, I love you all. We're going to thank Adam Whitney for supporting the channel on Patreon. So, yeah, we're back to Mono Blue because, like, last week we just ran bad. We got, like, a lot of really crappy hands. We had to mulligan to 5 a lot. Our top decks were just brutal. So, well, anyway, I was going to play 2 leagues with this anyway. And we didn't see any play out of Master of Waves. There wasn't a single matchup decided in. I mean, the dominant reason I've got Master of Waves here is actually to help us against Mono Red Prowess. I think even when I had 4 Chalice of the Voids, it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And you know what? They're like, I think they're adapting to Chalice of the Void. They're playing with more Stomps. The Bone Crusher Giant. They're playing with Dismember. So they can get around Chalice like a decent chunk post board. In addition to like a Braid. So I'm hoping that, I mean, I know Stomp interacts well with Master of Waves. You got to be careful. If you block a red creature with Master of Waves and then they play Stomp on something, damage can't be prevented, and protection from red means preventing the damage. So that means Master of Waves would die. So you just got to be careful about that. But the point of Master of Waves is that it would put not only hopefully a roadblock on the battlefield, but also an army with it, so you can help turn the corner and beat those Mono Red Prowess decks. Whereas Chalice of the Void is good at slowing them down, sometimes stopping them completely in their track, but doesn't put any pressure on the battlefield. Sometimes you still get tempoed out, even with a Chalice of the Void on the battlefield. Or they just kill it with a Braid and you're like really screwed. So I don't feel like I want to change anything in this list from last week. It's still more or less a clone of what I'm doing with Simic Merfolk in Modern. It's just that we got a slightly worse creature here. This is not necessarily a worse Merfolk Mistcaller, but it's more expensive, which makes it more awkward. But still, if you have a Rajiri on the battlefield, it's still very powerful. The ability to play a creature and tap something down is still very useful in this deck. Still 4 Force Negation split. Oh, maybe just one thing to talk about, the Ashok. Still a good card, I think, even though that Once Upon a Time got banned. Amulet is still going to be one of the top decks to beat. A very frustrating deck to beat as well. So I think Ashok is still going to be good. Some people debate using Castle Vantress. I like it. I still like it. But if you really want to play with Cavernous Souls, you're free to do that. It's not a bad choice either because of Bant Control coming back in big numbers. Also, Bant Stoneblade. They run counter spells. And I think it's fine to play Cavernous Souls to not have to worry about stupid Archmage's Charm, Mana Leak, Mystical Dispute. So playing Cavernous Souls in place of Castle Vantress is fine. But then you got to kick out the Ashok because I don't think it's going to be worthwhile. According to Frank Karsten's mana tables, you need about 18 blue sources to reliably cast a double blue spell by turn 3. And I think us going, we got 17 here. So I think that's fine. I think that's okay. Because you really need to play Ashok by turn 3 against Dredge, against Amulet. Playing Ashok by turn 4 or 5, it's gonna be totally useless. Totally useless. It's too late. So you can't make Ashok clunky. So I would say that if you're going to add the Cavernous Souls, take out the Ashok. But anyway, I still have faith in Ashok. I want to play Ashok, so we're gonna stick with the Castle Vantress over the Cavern of Souls. But I mean, pending how the metagame changes, I could be totally persuaded to change it around anyway. And besides, I mean, having more blue sources for Brazen Borrower is not too bad anyway. Alright, so that's our deck tech. Let's get into our Modern League. So I lost the die roll, and just a heads up, this is not a replay video. This is not a replay video. It's just that I did not have my microphone on for the first round, for like the first round game, and I think a little bit of game 2. So we're just doing a replay of game 1 and half of game 2, but that's it. Everything else is live play. Just giving a heads up. So I lost the die roll. I'm on the draw. This hand may look fine to you. Let me ask you this. Well, is this a keep or a mulligan? Is this a keep or a mulligan? Well, we got creatures, we got spells, we've got lands. One of the lands can draw a card. But I think in 2020, this is a mulligan. This is just a mulligan because this hand is just slow. There's so many decks that'll just crush this hand. Not to mention, I think it has just a bit too much air. I think it has a bit too much air. Like, we're definitely going to be drawing some lands in the future, and it's just too many mana sources. So I mulligan this. This hand is better. This hand is definitely keepable. And I believe that I dumped the Silvergill Adept to the bottom. And the reason for this is I don't want to give up any of my mana sources. I definitely want Ether Vial on the draw. And, like, ideally I want to get rid of the Trickster. But do you know what? What if I need to interact with a really fast opponent like Mono Red Prowess? I'm going to want this Trickster, so I decide we already got one card advantage spells. We can sacrifice one. So I'm pretty happy with this hand. But we are up against Jund. Actually, we don't know if it's actually Jund. I might have spoiled it. You might have spoiled yourself by looking in the description for the what's it called, the time codes or the timestamps. If you didn't notice, there are timestamps in the description now. So, I mean, if you want to skip to the right match you want to see, you go for it. Our opponent takes Ether Vial. Pending what they have, that could be okay. But, of course, you know, that's not really a mana source. I'm sorry, it's not a threat. Our opponent plays a Swamp, plays Inquisition. Takes our Silvergill Adapt. And also, when they don't take Silvergill Adapt on the first Inquisition of Kozilek on turn 1, or Thoughtseize, then we know that they've got another hand disruption spell, because they're going to go play it in the... They're going to back it up by another turn, or like a turn 2 Inquisition or Thoughtseize. So I play a land, and there's no reason to play like Lord of Atlantis here. If I play Lord of Atlantis, like, one of two things are going to happen. Either they're going to bolt or push it, just kill it with a removal spell at end of turn, and then free up their mana by next turn. Or they're just going to untap, play Liliana the Veil, Edict our Lord of Atlantis. And I don't want to untap on an empty board facing down a Liliana the Veil, so I just pass, and we're going to hold up our Merfolk Trickster. So that if Liliana the Veil hits, I can just play Merfolk Trickster and start attacking it for 3. So here comes Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. This is the new hotness. So this definitely is a worthwhile card in Modern. I don't know why so many people laughed at it. I mean, I think 2 mana to make our opponent make your opponent discard a card is pretty worthwhile, and then escaping for 4 is really good. 6/6 creature that makes me lose life. If I'm not mistaken, I discard the Dismember because this can't. When I'm going to be low on resources, I want as many creatures as possible. And if this is the creature I have to beat, then Dismember is not as valuable. I mean, if I attack into it, they block, and I Dismember, that might be worthwhile. But what if they kill my creature afterwards? So anyway, I'm just going to lean on my creatures. Draw Lord of Atlantis. This is fine, as long as I'm getting bodies on the battlefield. So one important thing is our opponent has this Kroxa. It's going to require 4 mana, but also to exile 5 other cards from the graveyard, so they need 3 more cards. Another Inquisition of Kozilek. That's always frustrating. They take the Mare Reader. I think that's a well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a mistake. I mean, if they've got like a Tarmogoyf coming up, I guess that's okay. But, I mean, I can't cast it. It's not like I'm going to sacrifice this anytime soon. Here comes the Goyf. So I'm hoping for like I'm hoping for Dismember, Brazen Borrower, or Merfolk Trickster. Trickster being the best. Oh, look at that! Look what we just drew. So we're allowed to attack freely into our opponent. I don't know what to think from the Jund perspective. Like, do you block here? Do you just let the damage go through? The problem is, like, let's say I have a Trickster. I guess the best thing is to block, because otherwise I attack for 5, you go to 11, and then I still have this Trickster. See, that like this Tarmogoyf is still like is in a lot of trouble no matter what. But then again, if you let yourself untap, then maybe you can at least kill the creature that you're blocking while making me use up my Trickster. So anyway, I eat a creature for free. That's delicious. So that was a good draw, because they can now fetch and then play the Kroxa and make me discard my Lord of Atlantis. It's 5 other cards, right? Escape, yeah. So they got black, black. They can get red, red. Here comes the red mana. What's this? They play Bloodbraid Elf. This has got to be a blunder. This has got to be a blunder. They find Renin 6. That was the best for us. Renin 6 is absolutely useless here. Can't snipe off our creatures. It can't attack. Okay, you can get a Wooded Foothills. Who cares? But I think this Kroxa would be a way bigger problem. I mean, it's a 6/6 creature. What am I going to do? What is wrong with this? And I lose my Lord of Atlantis, right? When it enters the battlefield? When it enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard an online card this way loses 6 life. Like, what do you want? You want a 6/6 creature on the battlefield? Or you want a 3... I mean, hey, 3/2 is not too bad, even if you can, like, get it with removal. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, 5 cards. So this gives me an opportunity. So they get the Wooded Foothills back to hand. This gives me an opportunity to get this Lord of Atlantis on the battlefield. Okay, so I'm going to cast this Lord of Atlantis. Force Negation does nothing. And the new rule here is you ignore Renin 6. Just ignore it. So I'm going to attack with my 2 Merfolk Tricksters at my opponent. And just deal as much damage as possible. If you start attacking Renin 6, you just let your opponent have a nice high life total. So if they don't block here and go to 3, then even if they play Kroxa, I'm just going to attack for the win. Or very likely, unless they can find a Bolt or Push for Lord of Atlantis. So they block 1, take 4. Because everything Renin 6 does is just mostly dirtling. It's not meaningful. So now if they play Kroxa, it's like... it's not good enough. And even here, it may not be good enough. So Liliana the Veil, Edict, fine, I'll get rid of a Trickster. And that's it. They realize they're dead. So, big misstep here. That had to be played. And then this game would have been way harder. I don't know what would have happened. Probably I was just in a lot of trouble. I mean, they can follow Kroxa up with... they can easily follow Kroxa up next turn with a Bloodbraid Elf. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So anyway, we got a nice, free, easy win in Game 1. And let's go to Game 2. So Game 2 on the draw, I got a fine hand. I got lands and spells, whatever. I'm not going to mulligan. I'm not going to be so aggressive mulliganing against a Jund deck, an attrition-based deck. So definitely keep. And I think the hand is good anyway. Raging Ravine. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Another Master of Waves. Oh, let's talk about the sideboard plan. View sideboard. So on the draw, I'm taking out 2 Ether Vials and a land, so we go down to 21 mana sources. It's also very important to know that on the play, I'm going to actually bring the land back in to go up to 22 mana sources, because I don't want to get choked on mana. The less mana sources are in your deck, the more you actually have to mulligan. So there's a lot more closer hands on the draw that I can keep, because I have that extra draw step, but I don't have as many of those close hands on the play. So I'm bringing back at least the island if I'm ever on the play. Take out all the Force Negations, because it's not... this is an attrition-based matchup. I don't like Force Negation at all. And I took out 2 Benthic Biomancers to make room for 2 relics. 2 Relic of Progenitus to deal with the Kroxa, to deal with Tarmogoyf, to deal with Renin 6, Sometimes Kolaghan's Command. I mean, it still uses their graveyard as a huge resource. I bring in 4 Master of Waves. Absolutely 4 Master of Waves. And bring in... What else do I bring in here? Still have all my Dismembers. 2 Relic, 4 Master of Waves. Don't know. 3 of something. What does this deck look like? There's 3 cards I'm missing here. Oh, 2 Spreading Seas. And... Oh, yeah, that's it. 2 Spreading Seas. Because I didn't side out 4 Force Negations. I sided out 3. So we bring in the 2 Spreading Seas. You need it. You can choke their mana. Somewhat reliably. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still good. Alright. Oops. Moving on with the game. I have nothing to do on turn 1. They don't have anything to do either. So what I sort of saw this as is they might have a Lightning Bolt here, and again, I don't want to play Lord of Atlantis. I'm sort of in a similar situation as the last game, where I don't want to play something, they bolt it, then they untap, play something, and I have nothing. I would rather, if I have to spend 2 mana here, I would rather spend it playing Brazen Borrower on whatever they play, even if it was Liliana the Veil, and leave nothing to get bolted. If they were tapped out, I would play Lord of Atlantis here, but they're not tapped out. Even though that would risk me getting hit with a Liliana the Veil. So the Inquisition, whatever. Okay, Inquisition me. And they play Ren and 6. And I do believe that this is where we're going to get back to the live play. Okay, so I just realized that my audio it wasn't recording, so now we're good. All right, so Ren and 6 gonna get some value. Yep. I guess one problem here is that Brazen Borrower is just going to get eaten off by that stupid Ren and 6. Actually, the Ether Vial is pretty bad. I guess I have to start this investment now, though. The Ether Vial is bad because everything is expensive in my hand. Like, it's really expensive. Can you grab a fetch land from your graveyard? It's just too tempting to play a Bloodbraid Elf. Lightning Bolt. Bolt me! Bolt me. I didn't play the Lord of Atlantis because I wanted to bounce something with Brazen Borrower. Guess I'm bouncing nothing. Still not too bad. I'll play it. There is some incentive for me to crack this damn thing, because if I do, I get to hopefully find the 4th land for Master of Waves. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Wow, they took my Brazen Borrower. A bit bizarre. Oh, I shouldn't have let that happen, because I was willing to crack this Relic of Progenitus anyway. Come on, Nikachu, wake up, wake up. Wake the F up. And that might have been the only food for this Renin 6 too. Okay, so we got the land. That's some good news. In one way or another, we're going to be stabilizing with Master of Waves. Ooh, yeah, I'll still play Master of Waves. Should I just play it for 2? I don't think so. Should go for more. Okay, so with the trigger on the stack, we'll play, get this Lord of Atlantis. Hopefully that protects against Plague Engineer. Well, it won't, because the Renin 6 can eat up the Lord of Atlantis, but... Alright, so Master of Waves will hold off this stupid Bloodbraid Elf. At the very least. Yeah, shoot my token. For now. Ooh, that sucks. This is tough. Get hit for another 3. Gotta remember, Renin 6 can ping me. Tarmogoyf. Don't really care about Tarmogoyfs, but... Okay, so the good news is our opponent is out of cards. Okay, that's fine, because Liliana's going to tick up anyway. And it's good to have a dead card for Liliana, although this is an artifact. Okay! Take 3, go to 1. So the Renin 6 will definitely eat this. But I have to deal with this too. Forget it. Just gonna put a semi-army on the battlefield. Not the biggest army, but whatever. Enough to start chump blocking. Baron Moore cycles. Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. So our hand is pretty good, but our opponent drawing the Ether Vials after we were drawing our lands is not ideal. We're just dead because we can't beat a Renin 6 next turn if we go to 1. Anyway, Master of Waves was great there, but then our opponent played Maelstrom Pulse. I'm not going to change. Oh, there is one thing I want to change. So on the play, I want more mana sources. Take out... You know what? If they're running Renin 6, maybe I don't need Dismember as much. Because they're playing Renin 6 instead of Dark Confidant, and Dismember was mainly to beat Dark Confidant. I mean, it's good against the other cards, too. Dismember is not particularly great against Bloodbraid Elf, or it's not good value, because it's not 1-for-1. Because against Tarmogoyf, we have Trickster, Relic. Some copies of Dismember are fine. And hopefully Master of Waves can just deal with things like Scavenging Ooze, and the Relic can deal with Scavenging Ooze. Yes, I would like to play first. No, 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 no. I will keep it and not be happy about it. I think I'm gonna dump the... Dump the Borrower. It's tough though, because it wouldn't be too bad to have something to have on turn 3 with the Ether Vial, but like it's vulnerable to what's it called? Renin 6. Ooh, you take my Trickster away. It's not a bad draw, so long as the game can go long enough. Playing Master of Waves at end of turn will be a really strong play, and I don't mind bringing this Master of Waves all the way up there. If I can get it there. I would actually prefer a land there. Okay, let it resolve. But you see why I want some mana sources still, like some Ether Vials. Without these Ether Vials, I would have had to mulligan again, or I'd be lost. Or I would have kept that one lander. Yeah, I learned against Jund, like, you can use... What the hell? Alright. I don't know exactly what they have in... maybe they have Plague Engineer. Like, if they let me keep with my Master of Waves, I'm fine with that. Hopefully. I mean, if they play Plague Engineer, I'm dead. Oh yeah, maybe I should have kept that Dismember because of Plague Engineer. Just take out all the Benthic Biomancers. So I'm going to keep ticking these up. That is convenient. Can't crack it yet, though. Can't really meaningfully exile anything. I guess I'll target my opponent, hope that they target their land. Oh, great. Alright, now let's see 2 drops. Again, another hand where they had like a million Inquisition of Kozilek's and all this other... You've got to be kidding me! Oh my god! Whatever. Do I want to crack now? I don't. So what I'm going to do is, if I'm allowed to, I'm going to flash into Master of Waves and just block with 1 token. Oh god, don't Maelstrom Pulse me, bro. Aha! You've seen this trick before! Okay, so if they're not doing anything, I'm not going to do anything for a little while. I'm going to wait for them to tap out. Because their greatest asset is... I'm not going to tick this thing up to 3 unless I draw a second Rajiri. Alright, I should keep that... I should keep the island in hand, because I don't know how I can use it. Because, like, if they Kolaghan's command me here now... Destroy target artifact. Which one? That one? Well, now this other vial is going to be going up to 3 to 4, just so I can get the other Master of Waves in play. I guess with the trigger on the stack, I might as well exile this now, because I have to get rid of a card, and I don't really want to get rid of anything. And if I draw a 2-drop, I don't. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of this Waterlogged Grove. But I should not have played that land. I should have seen the... I should have seen all this coming. Okay, Liliana the Veil. Not the biggest deal. Oh, make me discard a card. I guess I could get rid of a Master of Waves, because I'm not going to be able to get it in play. Or it's just unlikely I get it in play. or it's going to eat up at least 2 more cards. I'm going to get rid of the Rajiri anyway. Not sure what the right play there, though, is. Anyway, I'm in a heap of trouble here. Like, I'm in a lot of trouble. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad. Okay, so we can Petty Theft the Tarmogoyf and kill Liliana to protect our Master of Waves. And then, if we rip a land, we can play Brazen Borrower into another Master of Waves and then really finish our opponent off. Oh, is this Bloodbraid Elf? Our opponent's so excited to get Bloodbraid Elf onto the battlefield every single time. Please peel Inquisition of Kozilek. Get punished. Punishment! Crux is getting there, by the way. Yeah, there's a Bloodbraid Elf. Our opponent loves Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, boo. Okay, Tarmogoyf. Oh, this Tarmogoyf is enormous. Okay, we're not doing that great anymore. Speak again. But this Master of Waves is just going to suck. It's just going to be a really bad Master of Waves. So we're going to let damage happen, so now they cannot save their Tarmogoyf. If they had like a bolt for that thing, it just does not matter. Here comes the Bloodbraid Elf. Inquisition! Oh, that is a super brick! That is a brick. They definitely have some sort of removal. Come on, more Master of Waves. I'll take that. I'll take that too. Okay, I'm going to be a little defensive here. I don't know if I should be defensive, but I want to be able to get this Brazen Borrower on the battlefield. Sure. I know where my Dismember is going now. I guess I can sack this for information. Hold on, what if I draw a Master of Waves and they Thoughtseize me? No, let's get information. Maybe I'll draw like Mutavault or something. I'm gonna draw a Silver Gill Adept. I'll attack for 2. No removal. Okay. I'm gonna keep this land in my hand for, you know, Kolaghan's command stuff. Anger the Gods. Oh, it's not going to kill the Tarmogoyf. Almost, but not quite. Okay. I was sweating Veil of Summer a little bit there. Fortunately, there was none. Alright, let's go! Let's draw Merfolk. We don't know! Don't remind me at all. Get out of here. Alright, Castle Ventress. Attack for 2. Hope for the best. We are not in a good spot. Alright, good. Maybe they can't kill a Tarmogoyf. Come on, 2 Kolaghan's commands. Alright, there we go. There we go! The Rise of the Master! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Sure. Well, we still have a land drop for the turn. Some good news. The next one is on its way. This actually is very important. That's their only green source. I'm gonna pass. Okay. So do I just play a Master of Waves? I think I do. It's not for as much devotion, but it's still a 2-turn clock, whereas if I were to wait a turn, it might be like a much crappier clock. Either of us both to be useless, because I have like 1 more Master of Waves left in my deck. Okay, okay, let's do this first. Okay, that resolves very quickly. Let's attack for 5. I think that's going to be it. I think the Master saved our ass. The Master of Waves is back! Beating Jund just like it's 2015. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! The Master and his family. A family of Masters. Master, it's good to see you again. My god, have I missed you. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they had some sort of like red removal spell. They can't. Look at this. The Master does not give a crap about these cards. You have to use these damn things in order to beat him. That's not good value. And he'll do the job, but that's not good value. Alright, so anyway, that was round 1. Let's get into round 2. What do you know? We lost the die roll again. Hand's not playable though. We got 5 mana sources. Just not good. We have no mana sources. Just not good. Oh god. Well, I don't want to go to 4. I think I'm just going to keep it. We're going to dump the vial and hope I just peel a blue land to cast the creatures. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do. We'll dump the Ether Vial and the Force Negation, which is a big pile of Lords! Alright, let's hope the Lords do it. But, like, we're in a bad spot anyway. Well, if this is John, this is a good keep. Unless they have Maelstrom Pulse. I mean, we can still get super tempoed out. I mean, if they play like turn 2 Tarmogoyf and then just kill 1 creature at a time, I mean, we can't win. We can't beat that either. Yeah, they take. So they're letting us know they got Maelstrom Pulse in the deck. But we're definitely not favored here. We might end up seeing a lot of Jund because Jund won. I don't know if it was the PTQ or the Modern Challenge, but Jund Jund won a big event online recently. So now all the Jund players are overly excited to get their Jund game going on. Mirror Regery is a good card in some of these situations, because, like, especially if there's a creature in front of us, so it gives us some way of pushing through damage. Assuming the Regery doesn't die. It's 3 mana, so, I mean, you need Revolt for Fatal Push. Oh, there goes our Regery. They don't take it. Cruxa comes down. I guess I have to get rid of the Regery now, because there's no guarantee I can actually cast it. That is fucking brave. I want to keep this. Do what? Let's just play our creatures. Attack. Hopefully they can't cast Cruxa next turn. For whatever reason. No land! No land! Oh, actually, do you know what? It needs to be a fetch land, actually. Because remember, the escape is 5. I can get beat down by a Tarmogoyf for a little while. I think realistically I should be using this Dismember on the Cruxa. So perfect. No, Cruxa can't. If Cruxa enters the battlefield right now, I lose my Dismember. Do I have the option to just not discard a card? That would be convenient. Ren 6 is garbage, and also will make it harder to cast. Well, no, I guess it won't make it harder to cast your Cruxa because you can get a fetch land. What am I? The nut draw next turn would be, probably Mutavault. No, the nut draw would be drawing Spreading Seas, casting Spreading Seas, drawing Mutavault. That'd be the nuts. Those things did not happen. Attack my opponent, because I think this gives me the best chance of winning the game. Ren 6 is like a diversion. What was this? Terminate? Classic Terminate? Nothing. Okay. Okay, pass. Do you have Bloodbraid Elf or something? Cycle. Okay. So that's a pretty good combo right now with Ren 6, getting the Baron Moor, cycling this thing every turn. So my plan is, they play the Cruxa, I discard the island, whatever, I take 3 damage, I don't care. Then we can attack into the Cruxa, then dismember it and kill it, hopefully. And then I hope that it's going to be way harder for them to recast it from the graveyard. It appears they don't have any removal. There's no removal in their hand. I guess we take out the Tarmogoyf. You know what? This is not bad. This is not bad. Because now if they play Cruxa, I just attack them for victory. Now what are you gonna do? Probably return the Baron Moor and then cycle it for something. I mean, you need a removal spell for Lord of Atlantis. I'm just gonna attack. I'm gonna attack past your Cruxa. Yeah, here comes the Baron Moor. Change of plans! Change of plans! Backspace! Backspace! They concede. one thing I want to illustrate in this game is that Renin 6 is just annoying, but I mean, if you've got a lot of 1 toughness creatures on the battlefield, it is worth trying to kill because it can just snipe them off. But in general, I think you should just ignore it. It's just like yeah, it gets value, but like I don't know if it's like Dark Confidant like value. Like, you're not drawing removal spells with this thing. And even if they got this Baron Moor thing going, it eats up their mana. Whereas Dark Confidant was drawing cards for free. So I think you just attack them. Just ignore this stupid piece of crap. I think we illustrated that in the first round as well. But I just want to like let everybody know that is the plan. So we bring in the Spreading Seas, all the Master of Waves, all the relics. That's it. Take out Force Negation. We're on the draw, so we can go down further on mana sources. Oh no, I want one. I want at least one of these. One more Ether Vial. I don't mind Ether Vial. You know, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Playing it at flash speed, playing things at flash speed is still useful in 2020. And take out 2 Benthic Biomancers. Like, Biomancer is just not strong. You spend 3 mana to... Like, raw card advantage is more important than filtering. But you spend 3 mana for a 2/2 creature, and it's not worthwhile. It's very easy to ping off with Renin 6. Dies easily to Plague Engineer. But it's just better than other things. Like, I don't want to 2-for-1 myself with Force Negation. So my current plan is, on the draw, I want 21 mana sources. On the play, I want 22. That's my current plan against attrition-based decks. It's like a refinement after billions of years of playing against these attrition-based decks. Billions of years. Hey, if Janda's coming back, maybe it's time for Master of Waves. Maybe it's better time than ever to play your Master of Waves in your sideboard. Not in the main deck. There's still going to be a lot of stupid decks out there that's not going to be worthwhile. This hand is good. I like this hand. I'll keep this. It's probably going to get dismantled by Inquisition or Thoughtseize, but overall I like what I see here. Definitely going to go turn 1 Relic so that I can play turn 2 Silvergill Adept. I mean, it all depends. Like, if they play a Tarmogoyf, I might want to dismember it and take it from there. Maybe I'll play Spreading Seas on turn 2, I don't know. If I draw a creature here, I'll play Benthic Biomancer probably. I do not. So like, even if they play like Fetch Land, Renin 6, garbage. Just garbage. Okay, so given this position, I'm going to play Spreading Seas on the Blackleaf Cliffs to make it difficult for them to cast Liliana of the Veil. I don't want to play like a creature and then get blown out somehow. Oh, nice. Also, I do like to prioritize playing Spreading Seas if I have Master of Waves in my hand. It not only adds devotion, but it also helps me draw into the lands necessary in order to cast them. So you want those cantrips going. Yeah, I'll start playing my creatures now. They seem to be choked on mana. They needed that black mana badly. Black mana returns. Kitchen Finks? In 2020? Please, no Plague Engineer. It could be bad. Plague Engineer could be catastrophic. I'm actually relatively certain our opponent has a lot of answers to this Master of Waves. Some form or another. Another line I could have taken was attack with Silvergill Adapt. If they block with Kitchen Finks, I could Trickster the Kitchen Finks so that the Persist trigger wouldn't happen. Ah! That's painful. I mean, we can recover, but still, it's It's not pleasant. What are you nuts? Oh, our opponent is a pony. And that's themanabase.com. Get dunked on. Instant replay. Our opponent just revealed themselves. They could just name Merfolk. This thing dies, the elementals die. Island Walker. Damn. Well, now what are we gonna do? Oh, do you have a second Plague Engineer? So I'm thinking of attacking with Silvergill Adapt and Benthic Biomancer if Kitchen Finks blocks. Let's say Biomancer. I can adapt. See what we draw. Or maybe I should adapt now, see what I draw. Or I could just attack with Silvergill Adapt and then if it blocks, Trickster and reevaluate. It looks free, doesn't it? It's not. Okay, so that's going to be a one for one exchange. Actually, this wasn't even necessary. I could kill this thing with the relic. Oh well, okay. I'm a dum-dum. Okay, I'm just gonna pass. If they play another Plague Engineer, I guess I activate Benthic Biomancer in response. Okay, let's just eat up our opponent's graveyard so they're very far from getting Kroxa or Kolaghan's Command, get it back into their hand. Well, they might play Kolaghan's Command right now. Nope. Okay. Might as well draw a card, I think, off of this. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, so I'm playing like Merfolk Control at the moment. I think I should just kill this. I sort of want to just keep it on the board. But I think I should just try to start getting an attack going. I definitely choked on mana, so is this going to be the Kolaghan's Command where I play Relic? Like, I don't know about these lines. Draw Ether Vial. It's not too bad. Could use the extra mana given all the creatures in my hand. Let's play Ether Vial and I guess the Relic too. Opponent might be waiting for another land for Bloodbraid Elf. Goyf, useless. This is nice. Not mandatory, but nice. I'm just going to attack. See what they do. If they block, I can relic myself and get rid of the Merfolk Trickster. Then it becomes like a 0/1. That is the pony move. Well, at least our opponent is smart enough to just blatantly bolt the Benthic Biomancer. They are smart enough to do that. Alright, that's fine. I get into damage. Show them the Master of Waves. I don't want to show them the Trickster, because I want to use the Trickster to kill this Goyf, if I can. Not that our opponent is really going to be attacking into us. They're not in a position to do this because of the Relic on the board, but just in case. Yeah, still nothing. So I tap stuff down? No, you know what I should do? I should just petty theft this. I'm just going to attack for 4. There's no point to being aggressive. I can play another Brazen Borrower, Flash in Merfolk Trickster. I got everything. I've got everything. I don't know if this is necessary. That's what I'm going to do. So, like, for example, let's say they draw a land, play Bloodbraid Elf. Then that's when I, like, Brazen Borrower the Bloodbraid Elf, I don't know, Trickster the other thing, Violin, Lord of Atlantis. More than lethal. More than lethal. I doubt they have enough to, like, even deal with this. This is lethal on the battlefield. Force them to do something. After they do something, Violin, Lord of Atlantis, win. I am a winner. That's it. But obviously, given their Plague End, this could have been a lot. We were probably going to win this game, just given how this game played out. But they definitely should have Plague Engineered Name Merfolk earlier. That was definitely the correct play. So, yeah, we're 2-0 now against Jund. Of course, Master of Waves is back, doing all... It's so terrifying. The elementals are so terrifying. Our opponent played Plague Engineer, naming elementals. So anyway, that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. So we won the die roll. It's a nice change of pace. We can just keep this hand. The hand is a hand. We are up against Bad Magic Player 1. There might be a Bad Magic Player 0. That is a very stylish mountain. You know, if someone goes far enough to play something from Tempest, they did it on purpose. Tons of respect. Something tells me this is Mono Red Prowess, but it also could just be Burn, and it's just going to kill my creature. But if it's Mono Red Prowess, I sort of want to hold on to the Trickster, too. What if it's Jund? If it's Jund, they're ready to bolt something. Anyway, I think it's a bit suspicious, so I'm going to just pass. If it's Mono Red Prowess, though, I would rather play Lord of Atlantis right now and then save the Tricksters for their creatures every turn. Alright, so what am I going to do here? I guess I don't want to waste my mana. Rajiri is strong. But Rajiri would be stronger here if I had more blue mana, not a Mutavault. See here, I could be attacking with my Lord of Atlantis and holding up Tricksters for the next few turns. I think I have to just risk this and hope that I can actually block this Kiln Fiend, but there's definitely a chance I cannot. And let's hope we don't die. Swift Spear. Crash through. Okay, that's not too bad. That could have been a lot worse. Now, if we draw an island next turn, I mean, we basically go off because we can play the Rajiri. I mean, I don't mind that as trample. Well, they have another land drop. I forgot about that. But if I can just trade this with this, I think I'll be okay. That's interesting. Didn't really expect that. Okay. Come on. If we draw an island, I mean, we basically are going to win. Swift Spear. Oh, they have a really good hand. Land! Island! Oh, yes! Oh, we're going to go off. We got this. This is the dream of the Merfolk player. This is what you dream of. To be able to do this. We're gonna be out of range of like Lightning Bolt and a bunch of other crap. This is so strong. Okay, I do not care what you do for the next turn, because I'm absolutely going to beat the snot out of you. Pending what they do. Sure. I guess I could have choked their mana and just tapped one Swift Spear. I mean, how can one Swift Spear kill me? So that was an option. I like waited on... Oh, okay. I sort of waited on this because I wanted to tap a bunch of stuff at once. Or I wanted to tap both these Swift Spears. Oh my god, like, what can you do with that last mountain? It doesn't matter. We went in... I mean, this is Merfolk Infinity here. Merfolk Infinity, but that was... What a great hand. What a great rollout. That was sick. All right. Okay, so this is the matchup I want to see if Master of Waves is good. Now, normally, and I think still we're going to be siding out Spreading Seas on the draw, but on the play, I would highly consider keeping this in. So we're definitely going to bring in Master of Waves. We're going to bring in Chalice of the Void. May not need Relic as much. Okay, what do I want to get rid of? You know what, Brazen Bar is a bit of pain in the ass. I don't really like this card that much. Maybe on the draw, I'll take out the Seas. But on the play, I do want to bring it in to help. Like, it has... Spreading Seas by itself is not really useful, but with synergy with Master of Waves, it's more useful. So that if they cleared my board I can at least play Master of Waves, and with one Spreading Seas, put a decent chunk of power on the battlefield. I don't like Force Negation. So maybe we'll bring back one Brazen Bar. We're on the draw. Relic is good, but I'm going to try to lean harder on Master of Waves. Lava Dart that. I'm not in love with the hand, but I don't want to mulligan it. Okay, so this is a significantly better start for our opponent than last game. Last game they started off with Kiln Fiend. That is a good draw. It is the perfect draw, really. Yeah, get in while you can. Because if you play Chalice, then you can't play anything. I mean, it's still not over. I mean, they can play like Kiln Fiend turn 2 or something. Sorry, I mean turn 3. But Chalice usually slows the opponent down enough. But that's sort of why I want Master of Waves, because, you know, Chalice sometimes just isn't enough. I mean, they'll play like a Braid here, and I'll be sad. I mean, in general, Chalice of the Void is very good, but somehow I'm still struggling again in this matchup. Hopefully the Master shows up. I have faith in the Master. I just hope that they can't do anything anymore. That's the dream. Uh-oh. Alright. That's what you want to see. That's a good sign. That is... Well, I mean, look, they're going to get a big chunk of damage anyway. They're going for it. So this is going to be 8 damage. I go to 7. Dangerous. Dangerous. I guess I'll show them Trickster. I'm definitely playing it next turn. I think I'm going to let this go. I'm going to wait one more turn. Like, I'm going to wait to get him with Lord of Atlantis, hopefully. Or I could do a bunch of good chump blocking, I don't know. Gotta make sure I don't get stomped. Okay, maybe they're not gonna be adventurous anymore. Should I start attacking? Yeah, let's be more aggressive than defensive. I probably have a kill next turn with Mare Regery. I'll chump block one of the Swift Spears next turn. The only thing that will like really rip me apart is if they play a Braid. Stomp, something else. Hold on, maybe I can double block. This is 4, 8, 12 lethal. Okay. And if they use up all their mana... Oh, Dismember? Okay. Well, that's a blowout. Still gonna be close then. Ooh, that's a good draw. I'm gonna take this up because I really need the mana. That's a great draw. That's a very good draw. Okay, I'll attack. Because now I can tap down 2 things with this Trickster and have some blockers. Opponent has conceded from the game. Booyah! But we didn't see the Master. Damn it. I mean, this was the matchup I wanted it for. I mean, maybe I would have been disappointed, because I know they're running Dismember now. They're getting tired of losing to Eldrazi Tron, and their damn chalices on 1. So, you know, Dismember is a good card. Is a good card for them. Definitely a good card. And also is making it harder for me to just straight up win with a chalice on 1. But anyway, good results. So far, we're 3-0. Can't complain. Let's move on to round 4. We lost the die roll, and we've got a 1-lander with Silvergill Adapt and Dismember. I'm gonna look up our opponent, Pizza Slinger, and see what they play if anything pops up. Because this could be a tight keep, especially if we're up against like Jund. They play Dimir, Inverter of Truth, and Pioneer, so that's not enough information to go by, so I'm just going to mulligan this. But it's close. I mean, you could keep this. I can keep this. This hand also sort of sucks, but I'll live with it. Good question. Do I keep this Ether Vial, or do I keep the Mutavault? Mutavault might be more valuable. Because this hand is not a good Ether Vial hand. Meh, I'll probably keep the Ether Vial anyway. Our opponent mulliganed as well. I'm going to get rid of Snow-Covered Island. Keep the hand as threat dense as possible. I mean, I'm going to need a second blue for this, but by turn 3 I'm just going to play Rajiri. Holy moly! Okay, we're up against the good old-fashioned Tron. Super old-fashioned. Alright, let's put the pedal to the metal. Start attacking with the Mutavault by turn 2, for sure. Gotta get that aggro going. Oh boy. Oh boy. Do I have a damn chance? Well, I need Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas will help. Spreading Seas? That's good. Then I'll take... Well, I don't know if it's good, but I'll take it. It's better than nothing. I guess I'll dump the Brazen Borrower. Alright, so there are some combination of games where they get Tron very easily, and then they play like one threat, you deal with it, and then everything's sweet from there. So we gotta do we have to, yeah, we have to deal with Karn. It's probably best not to let that happen. Sure. So if they have just a bunch of mana, and we top deck, let's say we top deck a Lord here, I would Violin the Lord, attack for 3, and then Violin Rajiri, attack for 11. Okay, they got Forest. Maybe they don't have much to do. We didn't top deck the Lord. So in that case, I'm just... I don't really want to tick the vial up to 3. So I won't. But it's very tempting to attack for 2, put our opponent down to 16, and just keep getting a steady amount of damage in. Karn liberated. Could be worse. We'll lose the Rajiri probably. Okay. That was a gamble. What if I vialed in like Lord of Atlantis? Then you go like 4-8, 14. I guess you still don't die. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. We are really dead. Okay, I really need a Spreading Seas here. Spreading Seas could turn this around. I'm digging for Spreading Seas. Not Spreading Seas. Yep. Now we are basically lost. I guess I need to rip some lands. Actually, hold on. Okay, you go up to 10. No, I have to keep this down. Shoot me up to 7. So if I rip lands, I can eventually activate both Mutavaults and kill the Ugin. But it also depends on our opponent doing nothing. I mean, if they go Sylvan Scryings a bunch, maybe that is enough nothing for us to catch up. But I mean, the odds are against us. Because all it takes is our opponent just ripping, like... I mean, even that's a good idea. They found Ghost Quarter. Or another Karn, sure. I've seen enough. Have I seen enough? Let's keep playing. Oh, you know, like, magical things can happen. We can rip Spreading Seas, then Brazen Bar or the Ugin back to hand. Some crap like that, you know? Okay, let's get rid of Karn. If you can imagine any sort of bizarre way of winning the game, it can happen. It's not likely to happen, but it can happen. Like, I mean, they might just sit on this Ghost Quarter. Well, that makes things harder. For a Blast Zone, that makes things harder too. Now I need to Spreading Seas that damn thing. I'm digging for a Spreading Seas that doesn't exist. Why am I attacking Ugin? Because if it ultimates, they're going to gain 1,000,000 life and draw 1,000,000 cards. That's the dilemma. Our opponent's playing really well. They're patient. They didn't use up their Ghost Quarter. They're just being very patient. They know they're way ahead in this game. Our opponent's playing really, really well. And super fast, so they have to be very experienced with this deck. Like, they have nothing to worry about. Just guard their Tron. Like, guard their Tron. Okay, I think I can sufficiently concede now. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Okay, so on the play, I'm going to bring in Chalice of the Void to hit the Chromatic Stars, Chromatic Spheres, hit Ancient Stirrings, hit Veil of Summer that they're very likely to be siding in. Is Ashok worth bringing in? Probably not. It's probably just a bit too slow. We definitely want Spreading Seas, Force of Negation, Damping Sphere. Oh, we got a lot of stuff here. But I'm going to take Chalice out on the draw. It's not going to be as valuable. Get rid of Dismember. Oops. Get the Chalice. Have to get rid of 4 cards. Guess Silver Gill Adept. This matchup's not about card advantage. It's just about tempo. You try to put a 4-turn clock, disrupt them a little bit, enough to win the game, and then that's it. But this is not a card advantage matchup. Not to mention, like, a lot of Tron lists play Walking Ballista, and so it just eats up the creature. Yeah, we can keep this. I would really prefer that this was a 2-mana Lord. But not going to complain. I don't know what they need yet, so I guess I'm just going to play a Trickster at end of turn. That does a little bit more damage. Oh, look at that, see? Yeah, it's good I didn't play the Spreading Seas. Where's this power plant? So that's what we're going to see is when we get the opportunity. Would love a land here. Don't get the land, but you know what? A Lord is not bad. Attack for 3. Okay, hold on. Should I attack? What if I put a Lord in play? Attack for 4. Can I get lethal next turn? Attack for 4. Play a Lord. 4, 8, 13. Not enough. Attack for 3. Can I get 17 if I play the 2 Lords afterwards? 5, 10, 14. Nope, not enough. You know what? I should just play this thing anyway. Like, what's going to happen here? I don't know. Expedition map is fine. It's not going to do anything. Cracking it immediately. Bit unusual, but I guess it doesn't matter. So this is just a 2-turn clock no matter what, so I'm just going to leave this on 2. And this is probably winning. So what do they have to do? Play like Chromatic Star, crack for green, Nature's Claim, Spreading Seas, then get 5 mana, and that's not enough to do anything with it. So our good hand was good. Okay, so what do we do on the draw? So this is where I think Chalice is just worse. I'll bring in some Silver Gill Adepts. Because the thing is, by the time I play this on turn 2, they've already had 2 turns to play their 1-drops, whether it's like Chromatic Sphere or whatever. There's some value still having Chalice because it still hits Veil of Summer, but I don't think it's worth it. I think Chalice on the draw is just a bit too awkward. I would rather have a random creature than that. I'm actually not in love with this hand, but I'm going to keep it. Okay, we can let that resolve. If that was Expedition Map, I would counter that. 1-drop, not a 1-drop. But another counter spell, not bad. We're definitely countering this. But with what? You know what? This might be stupid, but I'm going to get rid of one of my creatures. I'm just going to play a creature. Let's get that beatdown going. Okay, did you have natural Tron or what? Expedition map. Taking my time lets them know I've got Force of Negation. I would really like to know if they have another land in hand. So the deal is I got a Spreading Seas for another Tron land, but then they're just like one piece of interaction away from blowing it up. Like, ideally, I want to get to a point where I'm just casting these Force of Negations for 3 mana. But I guess that's not going to happen. Okay, no more lands. Oh, that was a great draw. I guess I should attack first. So best is if I draw Benthic Biomancer. Ho! My opponent goes, wow. Yeah, you better believe wow. I'm the Merfolk Master here. Oh, wow, that's going to choke up their mana big time. Okay, what's the clock going on here? I have 8 power in play. Not enough to win. Okay, let's reevaluate. I'll dump this. Instant speed creature looks good. Wonder if this is going to be a forest. It is. Okay. If we top deck a Lord, we win. A 2-mana Lord. Blast Zone. That's going to be very slow. I guess we have no reason to keep the island in our hand, even if I draw a Benthic Biomancer, so I'll just play it. I mean, I have no idea what they can do here. Not a damn clue. Yeah, they concede. Yeah! Interaction for victory! Just interact. So we still, Mono Blue still has it against Tron. Still does what it does. I guess turns out this would have been pretty good if it was Chalice of the Void. It would have really locked them out, but that was just a very special circumstance. Spreading Seas, still good. Anyway, so, yeah, 4-0. Although I have to say Simic Merfolk has a lot easier time winning this matchup. I mean, if this is Commander Speaker, if the Benthic Biomancer is Commander Speaker, it's a lot easier. But still, hey, 1-drop into Lord, and a bunch of interaction, it's still good. Even though it worked backwards, I had just a Master of the Pearl Triad and I had to do what I could from there. So anyway, that was, and you know, I guess I demonstrate it's good to attack the mana. We were just attacking mana as much as possible, and it worked out for us. So anyway, that was round 4. Let's move on to round 5. We lost the die roll again, because I love losing die rolls. It's my favorite thing to do. Our hand is reasonable. A little bit more mana than I would like, but given we have Rajiri in our hand, having 3 mana is okay. I swear this is a Merfolk player. Would Foothills pass? Maybe it's a Jund player. I've seen Jund enough times. Oh, by the way, we're playing for the 5-0 here. You know, no pressure. What's this going to be? Oh, it's Jund. Again! For the billionth time. Jund's popular. We're Ren and 6, which means we're not playing Silver Gilded up for a while. Not sure what I'm going to do. Okay, Rajiri is good. Yeah, I can't play Silver Gilded because it's just going to get eaten by Ren and 6, so I might as well try to... I mean, I could play Master of the Pearl Trident here, but I think I'm just going to try to flash in Merfolk Trickster at end of turn. And then somewhere late down the line, we'll violin this Silver Gill Adept at end of turn so it can't get eaten up by Ren and 6. Goif. That's a Goif. Wooded Foothills is an awkward fetch land to have in this scenario. Very awkward. If our opponent plays Thoughtseize, I'll just play the Trickster, but or Inquisition. But if they don't, what is up with this? Why do that? That's ridiculous. Oh, they want to get the value. I see. Okay, so that's the only land in their hand. What do I do with this Trickster? It's a pretty crappy Tarmogoyf, to be honest. I think we can deal with the Tarmogoyf with our Rajiris. So true to what I said before, I'm just going to ignore the Ren and 6. Attack our opponent. And I'm not putting the Lord into play because I want to give myself the option to, like, Violent Silver Gill Adept at end of turn. Now it's time our opponent could do anything. They can do absolutely anything. They can even go Kolgan's Command on our Rajiri. And then, even if we Violent a Lord, finish it off. But hopefully if their hand is clunky enough, we can beat them. Another Tarmogoyf. Goyf pretty bad on this board state, that's for sure. Cut, deals 4 damage. Absolutely. I hate that they only show me 1/2 when it's cast. Each opponent loses X life. Seems like a crappy card. Cast the spell only from your graveyard, then exile it. You don't gain life, right? That seems like a crappy target for Fatal Push. But then again, their hand is stockpiled with removal, so I guess they don't care. So one thing that might be going through our opponent's mind right now, we spent a Trickster, which might imply we have another one. Would not be surprised if they do nothing. Yeah, not surprised at all. 3/4 creature? Well, we can attack into it. So we'll play the Silvergill Adept, draw a card. Another Rajiri's not bad. If I knew I'm drawing a land, I would take this thing up to 3, then Violin Rajiri, play Rajiri, untap land, then play Master of the Pearl Trident, tap Tarmogoyf, attack for like whatever, but I don't know that. I think our opponent is actually incentivized. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked. Sort of forces me to play my hand here. One nice thing about this Wooded Foothills is dealing a lot of damage to my opponent. Like, finally, Inquisition of Kozilek us. Now, perfect here would be like, I don't know, Bloodbraid Elf into Kolaghan's Command. Their mana base is actually helping us a lot. Look, fetch again. Shock again. It's gonna be Bloodbraid Elf, right? Oh, it's gonna be a Liliana? Oh, this isn't bad at all. Well, maybe it can be bad. Yeah, we can discard this. This is trash. We'll keep our Mare Regery because it's the only thing that can tap blockers. So I do have to like probably hit this Wrenn and 6 once. I guess keep Castle Vantress. It's a free roll. Goy for something? Oh, that sucks. So what is Retrace anyway? You may cast Instance and sorcery cards from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to paying their other mana costs. Okay, that's okay. It's still a resource. Don't really want to play this, but whatever. I'd rather Violet in, but I think we have to Violin the Silvergill Adept. Game might be slipping away. But still close. I mean, this Nurturing Peat land is dealing damage. Still the only land... I mean, of course they want to hit fetch lands. Well, not necessarily, actually. I mean, they could crack this Peat land and start recycling that, but then that's going to start soaking up their mana, too. Okay, getting Foothills. Gotta have something. It's now time for Bloodbraid Elf. Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay. This could be interesting. What does our opponent discard? 2 lands, get nothing. So what are the perfect rips? Spreading Seas into another Island Walk Lord. That's the perfect rips. That sucks. Okay, so we have to discard something. Hopefully nothing good. Better than... Not, it could have been worse. Okay, so what? Dismember wins, Trickster wins, Seas into Island Walker wins. Lot of win conditions here. That I wasn't even thinking about that. That wins. Awesome. And again, completely ignoring the Ren and 6 has done it for us, because it's just a big waste of time. We would have just soaked up tons of damage, and our opponent would still have... I'll tell you what would have happened. Like, if we were attacking this Ren and 6 the entire time, the Ren and 6 probably is still on the board. We just kill it this turn, but our opponent's at, like, a fresh 20 life, and then is about to unleash, like, the rest of this nonsense on us, and they have an extra land here. Anyway, we are... good game one. So a lot of outs to win in that game. Running Seas, Master of Waves, Relic. That's it. Take out Force Negation, take out 2 lands, 1 island, and 2 Biomancer. Alright. Jund players hate Merfolk. They've hated Merfolk for years. We know why. Oh, we know why. Sure, this looks great. I used to fear Ren and 6 until I found out, yeah, I just don't attack it. Just do nothing. Seasoned Pyromancer, though, that might be annoying. Nothing on turn 1, that's great. Drawing lands, that's actually good too, because we need to. We're going to set up some big Master of Waves, people. We're going to set up some big ones. Big Master of Waves. I think the correct thing... I like attacking the green sources. But they're playing with Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe the green sources aren't as valuable. Let's look up Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, it's double red, so maybe this is more valuable to hit. But then this also hits... Okay, I'm gonna nail Seasoned Pyromancer. But green is valuable too, because I mean that's what's Abrupt Decay and Assassin's Trophy and basically anything that can deal with Spreading Seas and Master of Waves. I mean, these draws are great. I mean, so long as they don't have Plague Engineer, we're just gonna annihilate them. Smallpox me now. If only my brother were here to see this. But he's at home because of the coronavirus. He would love it. Pass the turn. Just pass. Sheepishly pass, please. Aw. It's not gonna be that easy, I guess. Another Master of Waves. It's just fitting. Our opponent's just letting it happen. I played a land, right? Yeah. It might have been important to play a land, because if I don't play a land, they could, in response, crack Kolaghan's Command my Relic, and I can't crack it in response. Sort of want our opponent to just play something. Oops, I should exile this land. If I can. Should not have given them the option to pass. I don't know what's in their hand, but I'm sure it's awkward. Second blood crypt. Okay, Seasoned Pyromancer. So they might discard like some good cards here. So I was right to hit the Blackleaf Cliffs. Murderous Rider. What is this? Many red. Do I dismember this? I don't need to right now. Create 2 red. Like, do I care? Not really. I sort of want to use this, because if I play Master of Waves next turn and they kill Master of Waves and attack me for 4, that's actually... I mean, that's good pressure. So... let's do it like this. Let's use up our mana while we can. I guess it doesn't matter what I do here. No green mana, though. If they don't got green mana, they're not going to kill this Master of Waves. Sure. I have bad news for you. Unless you got Plague Engineer, then you got bad news for me. Nothing. Okay, how to tiptoe around all this? Ugh. Let's say you Fatal Push this. This is sorcery, right? No, it's instant. And you lose 2 life. So, cards I'm thinking about are things like... still Plague Engineer. Well, I get they can't have Plague Engineer. They would have played it. So if not Plague Engineer, maybe Maelstrom Pulse. But if that's Maelstrom Pulse, then that takes up their turn anyway. I guess we can just do this. Just attack for the most we can. If they have Assassin's Trophy, then they got Assassin's Trophy. Did I exile something with this relic last turn? I don't know if I did. Well, if Master of Waves is allowed to hit the battlefield, then that's going to be bad news. I can freely attack into these elementals, not worrying about the revolt from Fatal Push, because they have foothills here. Anyway, doesn't change anything. So if they want revolt, they can get it. Oh, are you doing this after this Master of Waves is on the battlefield? Oh, no. Oh, that's a pony move. That's a pony move! Oh, unless you have Dismember here. You don't have Dismember! Oh, no! Oh, come on, Rodebo. You know better than this. You've been here before. You've been here before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, actually, you can't play Croxa and then untap again. Doesn't matter. You've been here before, Rodebo. We've played millions of times over the last 5 years. Must have been distracted. Anger the Gods? Okay, that's fine. No, we're just like, they have 1 card in hand. We have 3. I mean, we have so much card advantage. How can we lose? I will just crack this. Sure. Yeah, I cracked it so that their graveyard is empty, and they can't activate the Season Pyromancer. So now it's like 2 cards versus a million. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. These 2 are cards. I have no idea what needs to happen here. That's not going to do it. Although, my God, this could come up soon. 1, 2. That's worth 4 life. All right. Something's happening here. Guess I'll get rid of a. Get rid of Trickster. No. I'm letting this thing resolve. I think my plan is to play Lord of Atlantis and attack. That way I play around a Plague Engineer. Spring Seas is not worth it right now. I think just attacking our opponent, trying to kill them is worth it. So like any creature that they top deck is no good. And almost any removal spell should not be good either. You know, it's been such a long time since people have seen the Master in play. They're so flabbergasted. It's like, Master of Waves! Oh, this is easy. Yeah, we'll just choose this. No, we should just choose this. Oh, I gotta sacrifice a creature? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Is that enough? No. That was close to get a Croxa in play. Then I would have to like bounce it with Brazen Bar or some crap like that. That was close. In fact, that probably wasn't even the right move. Given that I have perfect information, I should have sacrificed the Master of Waves, keep the Lord of Atlantis on the battlefield, because I know my opponent's going to lose a life, and I attack them with Mutavault. Or does it even... It still doesn't matter. Like, my Master of Waves can attack into that thing. Whatever. It was close. So, 5-0! Without my brother! I always get the 5-0s when my brother's not here. I wonder if there's a correlation. There must be a correlation. It's okay. It's okay to have my brother here, distracting the hell out of me. It's worth it. So obviously, okay. So we didn't see the Master in play last week, but we saw it this week. Saw tons of play out of Master of Waves. Did great. Did fantastic against Jund, which is, I guess, the new deck that's coming up. Croxa meet Master of Waves. For 4 mana, this is way better than your 4 mana garbage. 6/6 green-red garbage meet a 4 mana 2/1 pro-red creature. So Master of Waves, and I'm gonna try this in Simic. I'm gonna try to play Master of Waves in the sideboard of Simic. Make no mistake. What else can we say about this? It's playable. Like the list is totally playable. And pending. So my advice is, if anyone doesn't like Castle Vantress, they want to play with Cavern of Souls, just replace Ashok with something else. Because I think after you put more brown mana in the deck, Ashok's just going to be way too uncomfortable. And maybe the 2 cards you might want to bring in, maybe 2 more relics. Or I don't know, what else can we bring in against? This is like good against Dredge, but also good against Amulet. I don't know, maybe you have to bring in two more damping sphere, one more damping sphere, one more relic. I'm not sure, some sort of combination like that. But I'm happy how the list played out. Just played out very comfortably like my Simic list, but splashing Master of Waves in the sideboard. There's not enough matchups for Master of Waves, but there are enough now, and I think enough high impact matchups that Master of Waves can be a sideboard card. We can play with the elementals again. The blue 2/1 elementals. I don't have any near me right now, but I'm happy that Master of Waves, it can see play in Modern. So that's the leak for this week. We're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank the MetaBase.com and the MTG Mastermind for being our sponsors. This has been Nikachu playing Mono Blue Merfolk with Master of Waves in Modern.